Water, easily explainable, right? Maybe not so much. You live in a world where science can basically explain everything, or at least that's the way that it seems. The truth is, despite the human race being more technologically advanced and scientifically knowledgeable than ever before, there are still many things that remain unexplained. But I'm not just talking about complicated things, but in fact some of the simplest things. Here are 10 simple things that science can't explain. Number 10 is water. Water shouldn't be much of a mystery, considering there's so much of it, and humankind's been studying it for pretty much the entire time that our species has existed. But those oceans hide secrets beyond the creatures in their depths. For instance, how exactly did they get there? Though the sun would have been far smaller and thus cooler, somehow billions of years ago, water existed in a liquid form on the Earth's surface. A number of theories have been offered, but nothing concrete exists as to why. Another mystery about the common fluid involves its colder form. Normally in matter, when something enters a liquid form, it condenses in size. Heat expands things, not cold. So why does the same amount of water, when frozen, take up more space? Again, scientists only theorize. That makes a lot of sense, and it also explains to a lot of you who wonder why I'm only 5'6". It's because I'm here in California where it's hotter, so I've shrunk. I was a lot taller in Canada where it's colder, I swear. Number 9 is the placebo effect. There are plenty of medicines out there that have changed the moods, outlooks, and obviously health of those who take them. And there are plenty of non-medicinal sugar pills out there that somehow mysteriously have similar effects. This is called the placebo effect, which is basically fake medicine, but when taken by an individual who believes that they're taking the real stuff, somehow delivers a similar effect to it. It's often used in drug trials where the participants don't know if they're getting the real drug or a placebo disguised as it. Though doctors are grateful to see their patients' lives improve, they have little to no explanation for why exactly believing that you're getting better or suffering from side effects has the unexpected result of actually making you that way. Wait, that can happen? I have hair. Okay. Yes, guess I have to think a little harder about it. Number 8 are the number of animal species. Science encompasses some pretty advanced and mind-boggling things, but one of its biggest mysteries involves counting. With the world's population growing every day and thus more people giving into the travel bug that's in their souls, it's hard to believe that there's really anywhere that we haven't been, or for that matter, creatures that we haven't documented. But according to experts in zoology and taxonomy, we may have only scratched the surface on the number of animal species that exist today. Apparently, around 15,000 new creatures are discovered every year, including the Baldoraptorus. And we're not talking about previously found animals with different color stripes, but actually genuinely new ones. It proves that not only does science not know how many creatures share the planet with us, but it's possible that we may never actually know what the number is, as it's always growing. Number 7 are plants. Prepare to never look at leafy greens the same way again. For many years, the scientific community has been arguing about a topic that will likely surprise you. Are plants intelligent? It seems like a no-brainer, literally, as plants don't possess brains, so they should be unable to think. However, a number of studies have proven that at least some plants can communicate with each other, albeit in very simple ways. For instance, when under attack from herbivores such as insects, some trees have been documented somehow sending warnings to other similar plants, which then work quickly to make a chemical deterrent to them so that they are not eaten as well. Just how the messages are sent, or if they're truly being sent at all, are still being debated. I knew it after seeing Lord of the Rings. I was like, Ents exist. There's these tree people and they're talking to each other. Sorry, it's conspiracy theories is another video. Number 6 is yawning. Like almost every vertebrate on planet Earth, humans yawn. It's been labeled a sign that we're tired, while at the same time a socially contagious action, as when you see someone yawn, you often do too. Did it work? But how can that be? If you're not tired, but someone else's yawn makes you yawn, does that mean that you're suddenly tired? This question and many others have caused scientists to admit that they don't know what's going on here. Hundreds of years ago, ancient humans believed that yawning increased the amount of air coming into our bodies, and thus our bloodstream, but it seemingly does no more than a deep breath would. In fact, research shows that a yawn can actually reduce your oxygen levels. Another theory suggests they cool our brains and spinal fluid, but still nothing's concrete. Oh, for real though? Oh, God. Did it work that time? Seriously, let me know in the comments, I want to know. Number 5 is ice being slippery. Hailing all the way from Canada, I assure you that the winters there can be a real nightmare, bringing along with them not only a frustrating amount of snow, but also the constant risk of slipping as well as falling on patches of ice, something that I've done before. It's not fun. But if you were to ask someone why ice, even outside of Canada, is so slippery, they can only speculate. Amazingly, in the realm of physics, there's no real reason for why ice is slippery. We know that physically, it's likely because of a very thin layer of water that sits on the top of a block of ice, but there's really no reason for that liquid to be there. Clearly the temperature is cold enough for it to freeze, but still, we slip. Multiple theories have been offered, but like any good mystery, it's yet to be sufficiently solved. Also, the bigger question here, are bananas really slippery? Because you see them all the time in cartoons, people breaking their backs. Don't try that at home, but if you did, let me know. Number 4 are bicycles. Okay, this one's gonna blow your mind, but you know bicycles, those two-wheel transport machines that you sit on and pedal to get from A to B? Yeah, well, scientists can't tell you how they work. When those training wheels finally came off your bike and you managed to learn how to ride it on just 2 wheels, you probably figured it was just good balancing on your part. But if you hold a riderless bicycle upright and give it a push in a straightforward direction, it will still travel at a good distance before succumbing to gravity. But the question is, why? Some have claimed that it's just forward motion keeping it stable, but physicists say that it's not that reason either. In fact, it's a mystery. So when someone tells you that something is just like riding a bike, they probably mean that the task is doable, but completely impossible according to physics. Okay, that's probably not what they mean, but you get the idea. Number 3 is gravity. There's a force holding us to the ground beneath our feet, the same force that all matter has towards other matter. It does everything from pull apples down from trees to forming entire galaxies, and yet scientists can't explain why or how it exists. It's been well documented, and for over 4 decades, scientists have been experimenting with it. Their only conclusions are that it most certainly exists in all matter, but they're lost as to what causes it. Gravity is one of 4 fundamental forces in the universe, the other 3 being strong, weak, and electromagnetic. Those 3 make sense in physics, but not gravity. Though we should obviously be grateful for it as it keeps us from floating off into certain doom. What makes gravity work is a mystery. Number 2 is why we sleep. Sleep's pretty great. It lets us get away from the stresses of our daily lives and just be horizontal for a while. But why exactly do we need it? We feel tired, and the side effects of not getting any for a while can be dangerous. However, the definitive reason for the required activity still escapes even experts. Though it's widely believed that we sleep so our brains can shut down, the reality is very much that they don't. In fact, some parts of the brain become more active when we're unconscious. One theory for this suggests that our brains interpret and store the memories that we've created throughout the day, cataloging them for future retention, while another says that sleep is needed to re-energize the brain without active input. Maybe it's both, but the fact is, we still don't know. And number 1 is time. You might think of it as money, and there might not be enough of it in a day for you to accomplish everything you want to, but time is just a theoretically endless sequence in which every event is contained. But the thing is, it's just that, theoretical. Time is intangible, and some geniuses believe that it's not even really happening. In physics, it's considered simply what a clock's face reads, as its existence is yet to be fully proven. And yet, time's used to establish measurements in things like velocity, astrology, and navigation. Think about that. Physics says it cannot establish time as a true thing, but uses it to quantify other things. So the next time someone asks you what time is it, you can be super sassy and reveal that there may not be time at all. Or if you meditate like me, all there ever is right now.